this is my anniversary, not Sarah's and ours, but 10 years ago today, June 3rd, 2008, I was at Mayo Clinic, and I was getting ready for tomorrow, June 4th, a big surgery. But today they told me I was cancer-free. So I'll go back now. Back in February of 2008, I was diagnosed with stage 3 esophagus cancer. And it wasn't really good because I had a brother in 1982, an older brother, was 40 years old, diagnosed with esophagus cancer in 1982 in September of 81, and he passed away in March of 1982. So I kind of knew what esophagus cancer was. I saw him go through it. I saw him go through the treatments, and I go, and wow, then I got diagnosed in 2008. In February, I go, wow. So what we did, we prayed. And the Lord, I went for tests, more tests. One doctor down here told me I should go to Mayo Clinic. I went up to Mayo's, and they test, and they gave me not real good news. They said, in your case, you have 5%. But they put a but in there. But I was a little younger. I was very good shape because I was carrying Mel for 30 years. And they said, you're going to be in intense treatments. The odds are not good, but we're going to do this. So with prayer from you guys here in this church, and around town and other churches and cities, my sisters in Wisconsin, I went through some intense chemo, radiation, very, very sick. They wanted to shrink the tumor. The tumor was a pretty good size. They wanted us to shrink it so I could do the surgery. Long story short, going through the treatments, I thought that might kill me because I was so sick. I felt so bad. I was in the hospital 5 different times in April. Actually, one of my treatments, they took me in an ambulance to the cancer center for a radiation treatment from one of my last ones. And so we're just trying to get it reduced. And I was feeling bad. I had a feeding tube put in. I had blood transfusions. And I go, God. But I just say there's a saying, in time of sickness, God is our greatest comfort. So, and I said all this, and I thought, I know there's a lot of people a lot worse than I am, and was, and still are today. But finally I got to Mayo's Clinic. And on June 3rd, 10 years ago today, I thought, well, we hope it's shrinked. We hope the tumor is shrinked so they can do this surgery. What the surgery would be, they're going to take my esophagus out, move my stomach up here. And I was a pretty big guy. I was in shape, but I weighed 220. I maybe weighed 165 at that time. Then today, 10 years ago today, June 3rd, we were up there praying, and they come in, it's gone. I said, well, because I just think that, I said, gone. I don't have to do the surgery. Oh, no, you have to do the surgery because I said, why? It's gone. If you don't do the surgery, it might come back a lot quicker. It might come back. I said, okay. So that's the next day. So we did this 6-hour surgery. They had to take my stomach, the esophagus out, move the stomach up, put a new feeding tube in because it's different now. And they told me after the surgery, and you have to know me, I love to snack. I love to have a drink of coffee, tea, Diet Dew, but not much of that anymore, water. I always had to have something in my mouth. And here's another thing. They said for 4 weeks after my surgery, nothing in your mouth at all, nothing. I said not a sip of water, nothing. They gave me a swab. This is one of them. The ice chips, like that, because I was so thirsty. Somebody told me if I had to go 4 weeks without anything in your mouth. God, how am I going to do this? Well, I made it through. I went 4 weeks. Not one thing in my mouth for 4 weeks. Everything was through the feeding tube. Water, my 10 different medicines. Thanks to Sarah. She did everything. And I survived the 4 weeks. Not a few trips to the emergency room because of the feeding tube clogging up and everything, but we made it through it. Now, I just want to give you, thank God, because even coming home from Mass, 10 days later, I-90 closed. We were supposed to be home in 7 hours. We're home, never didn't get home because the big flooding. I-90 never closed. So we had to come home from I-90 to Wisconsin Dells. We just stand still. And I had to get out every 2 hours. She has to give me my medicine through the tube. I said, God. Long story short, we had to go backtrack, go through Milwaukee. We didn't get home till Saturday afternoon. We left on a Friday, and we did get home Saturday afternoon. Early that next morning, I'm back in the hospital again, and down here in Blow-Med. I said, fluid on the lungs, fluid on the hearts. We got through all that. And this is just, God was always there, your people, your cards, your prayers every Sunday. I know you were praying. I got closer to God after that, I think. I got closer. I go to Bible study now. I do a Bible study. Yeah, I came to church. But now I pray, I study, and a lot of people are worse for me, but just remember, God offers us peace as He holds us up and carries us through every trial. And then, so if you're going, you know someone that has cancer or going through it, there is hope, because my odds weren't good. So prayer is a powerful thing. So I'd just like to thank you all for the prayers and 10 years, I've been tested, I'm great. I have little lung problems due to the radiation, but that's fine. I get pneumonia once in a while, but we get through that. But God is very powerful. And in Romans 12:12, be joyful in hope, patient in reflection, faithful in prayer. So I'd just like to I just want to give my 10-year anniversary, my little testimony today, and I thank you.